Hello everyone. Welcome to the daily current affair analysis from Veranda IAS. Today we are going to see some of the important current affair topic from the day of 9th of June 2023. And dear friends, we are going to start a new section from today's video onwards, that is a previous year questions prelims 2023 question discussion. That is, we will be taking questions from the prelims 2023 and will be discussing along with the daily current affair analysis. So those who haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and follow in the videos that is going to be released in the days yet to come. Let us see what are the other topics that we are going to see in our today's video. Do production linked incentives for manufacturing work, which can be mapped to GS3 economic development schemes. Then the next topic we are going to see is about Chandrayaan 3 to be launched in mid-July, which can be mapped to GS3 Science and Technology, Awareness in Space Technology. And the next topic is about Agni Prime missile, which can also be mapped to GS3 Science and Technology. Moving on to our new section, that is previous year question prelims 2023 question discussion. So today we are taking a question from economy, and let us see the question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. India accounts for 3.2% of the global exports of goods. Statement 2. Many local companies and some foreign companies operating in India have taken advantage of India's production-linked incentive scheme. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? So we have got different options also. So here you should understand that according to the economic survey of 2022-2023, India's share in global exports of goods is about 1.8%. Not only that, the share of global exports of services from India stands at 4%. So the total contribution to global exports, it stands at 5.8% and not just 3.2% also. So we can say that statement 1 is incorrect. So if you see the statement 2, it is about PLI scheme or the production linked incentive scheme. So this is actually a performance linked incentive provided to company based on their incremental sales from domestically manufactured product. So its primary objective is to stimulate the manufacturing sector and also to reduce imports that is happening in India. So we can see that the statement 2 is correct. So what is the correct option? That is option D. Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct, and it is so you have got the answer as option D for this statement. So the question which was asked in prelims 2023. So coincidentally or fortunately, we can see that the same topic, that is production linked incentive scheme, is being there in the news today also. That is in today's The Hindu also. You can see this article, that is do production linked incentives for manufacturing work. So we can see in our today's current affair topic, what is this production linked incentive scheme or the PLI? So the production linked incentive scheme or the PLI scheme, it is the latest addition to the list of reforms introduced under the aegis of what? Atmanirbhar Bharat or the Self-Reliant India Initiative. So we can see that the strategy that is there behind the PLI scheme is to offer companies incentives on a basis of incremental sales from products manufactured in India over the base year. That is, if a company is increasing their manufacturing or production in India, they'll be given a lot of incentivizations for example, through subsidies, etc. So this scheme also invites foreign companies to set up units in India. Everything is aiming at what? Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, or you can say that make in India. That is to stimulate the manufacturing sector. The scheme aims to make domestic manufacturing globally competitive and also to create global champions in manufacturing. India to become a global champion in the manufacturing. So the government introduced a scheme to reduce India's dependence on China and also other foreign countries, and thus we can make our own products and we can start exporting rather than importing. So it supports the labor intensive sectors and also aims to increase the employment ratio in India. That with such kind of a foreign direct investment, such kind of an investment to start the manufacturing will definitely increase the employability, opportunity of employment will definitely increase. So this scheme works to reduce down the import bills and also boost up the domestic production, which will have a varied impact, a positive impact on the economy of our country. So we can see that this PLI scheme is launched in March 2020, and this scheme was initially targeted only on 3 industries, which were the mobile and allied component manufacturing, electrical component manufacturing, and medical devices. So, for the government has announced PLI schemes for 14 sectors. Nowadays, it became from 3, it became 14 sectors, including that of automobile and auto components, electronics and IT hardware, telecom, pharmaceuticals, solar modules, metals and mining, textiles and apparels, white goods, drones, and advanced chemistry. Cell batteries. So in all these kind of a different sectors, we can see that India is slowly gaining a kind of a monopoly over the global scenario. So this PLI scheme is actually a production linked incentive, is actually a kind of a boost or an indirect boost that is being given for the manufacturing sector in India. So definitely they will be having a lot of challenges. Let us see what are the challenges. There were no common set of parameters to understand the value addition by companies. That is, if a company is doing some kind of an increased production, so what is the yardstick with which we are going to understand that or to measure that? So the production, if it is if it is in manufacturing service, if with respect to the number of production materials or the products, we can measure one thing. But apart from that, a different area of value addition, how we are going to measure that? There is no set of common parameters which were designed by the government. Then there is no centralized database to gauge information like that of what are the number of jobs created by the company by increasing production, what is the rise in the exports because of the increase of production, what is the quality improvement that have been done by that particular manufacturing company. So this kind of a database is also not available. Then target for companies for incentives too steep. So we can see that if they want to get this kind of an incentivization or subsidies based on the production level, they should achieve a target. For example, 10,000 products per month. So many companies find these kind of a targets as very unfeasible or unattainable, or we can see that it was not realistic. So we can see that that is another issue that is being set by many companies, that is target for the companies for getting this incentives are being kept too high. With that the companies are not able to achieve it. Okay, so we can see that such kind of like a very innovative kind of a scheme called as PLI scheme is very strategical, at the same time very critical for the government to take necessary steps to ease out the challenges that we have said here. So these kind of a challenges of the PLI scheme have to be addressed, and thus we will be able to achieve the objective of Atmanirbhar Bharat or the Make in India, and thus stimulate the manufacturing sector in India and enhance our productivity level and make us a global export or a champion with respect to the manufacturing of different goods and services. Okay, moving on to the next topic about Chandrayaan 3. So Chandrayaan 3 to be launched in mid-July. Let us see the context. So ISRO chairman Somnath on Thursday said that the space agency is planning to launch the Chandrayaan 3 moon mission in the middle of July. Let us see about Chandrayaan 3. So it is a follow-up mission of Chandrayaan 2, which was released on July 2019, which aimed to land a rover on the lunar south pole. So we can see that after that Vikram lander got failure led to the pursuit of another mission to demonstrate the landing capabilities needed for the lunar polar exploration mission proposed in partnership with Japan for 2024. So here in Chandrayaan 3, it will have an orbiter and a landing module. Whereas in Chandrayaan 2, what were they? There was an orbiter, there was a lander, and there was also a rover. So here we can see that there is only a orbiter, moon will be there, and orbiter will be orbiting, and a landing module for landing. So there is no kind of a rover to do these kind of experiments or to travel across the surface of the moon. That is not there. So the orbiter won't be loaded with scientific instruments like Chandrayaan 2 also. So that is also another interesting fact with respect to Chandrayaan 3. That is how the Chandrayaan 3 is different from Chandrayaan 2. So UPSC will ask these kind of a very complex statements like how the Chandrayaan 2 and 3 are different with respect to each other. So we have to be very clear with respect to the difference between the two. So its job will only be confined to carry the lander to the moon, oversee the landing from its orbit, and also communicate between the lander and the Earth station. So there is not much scientific experiment which is happening. There is no presence of rover for moving around the lunar surface and carrying out different experiments on the surface of the moon. So such kind of things are not there with respect to Chandrayaan 3. Okay, moving on to the next topic, that is Agni Prime missile. What is the context? Recently, the new generation ballistic missile Agni Prime was successfully flight tested by DRDO from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island. Now let us hear about Agni Prime missile. So those who are following up the news, everyone might have heard about Agni missile. What is this Agni Prime missile? So this is a short-range ballistic missile which will have a range of 1000 kilometers to 1500 kilometers, and this is a surface-to-surface missile. What is surface-to-surface missile? That is, we can launch it from this surface to another surface. Okay, that is called a surface to surface missile that can carry a payload of around 1000 kilogram, or even a nuclear warhead can be carried by this Agni Prime missile. So it incorporates new propulsion system and composite rocket motor casing, as well as an advanced navigation and guidance system. So you should understand that it is a advanced version of the Agni missile. So normally we used to hear ballistic missile as such. What is this ballistic missile? So these ballistic missiles are launched directly into the upper layers of Earth's atmosphere, and they travel outside the atmosphere, where the warhead detaches from missiles and falls directly towards a predetermined target. That is, they move out to the upper layers of the atmosphere, and they even travel, if this is the atmosphere layer, they even travel above the atmosphere, and from there they will do a kind of like a fall towards a predetermined target. So they are rocket propelled self-guided weapon systems which can carry conventional as well as nuclear munitions. They can be launched from aircraft, ships and submarines at land. Though we are saying that these this Agni Prime missiles are surface to surface missiles, these ballistic missiles are having the capabilities to be launched from aircraft, ships and submarines and even the land. Moving on to the question of the day. Which of the following statements about Chandrayaan 3 is correct? So Chandrayaan 3 is an Indian mission and aimed at studying the lunar surface. It is the third mission in India's Mars exploration program. It is a joint mission between India and US to study lunar mineral sources. Chandrayaan 3 is an upcoming mission to establish a permanent human settlement of the moon. So which is the right answer? Yes, try to guess it. Yes, many have guessed it right. That is option A. A only is the right answer. Rest all are wrong. Okay, so I hope today's topics of discussion was really helpful for you, and as we already started the new section, that is discussing the different questions based on prelims 2023 will be really beneficial for you. So have a daily follow-up of the current affair video. We'll be discussing these kind of questions like one by one or as in the news demands. Okay, so unless and until we meet next time, this is Prince J signing off. Thank you.